What's up, Toronto? It's Tiana, and we are headed to the Chippewar production house to check out this Indigenous artist who makes some really powerful pieces. Let's go see.
My name is Soule. My artist name is Chippewar. I'm a member of the Chippewar, the Thames First Nation. I'm a multimedia artist. I work between paintings, clothing, installation, film, all sorts of different ways to make a living as an artist. Chippewar is actually my artist name. It's a mashup of being Chippewa and warrior. So I kind of just took the two words and smashed them together and made Chippewar. So originally I actually started in the tattoo industry. I worked in a tattoo shop as a body piercer for around 6 years before I started tattooing. During that process, I kind of got a little tired of the industry and wanted to make a change. In 2012, I started sort of exploring my Indigenous culture and started really focusing my artwork on Indigenous pop art. I started working under the name Chippewar in around 2012 at the height of the Auto No More movement. And I was sort of inspired by all the actions that were going around Canada in terms of the protests and stuff. I wanted to find a way for myself to contribute to that movement and to try to make some positive changes within the Native community and try to hold settler Canada responsible for some of the atrocities and educate people in Canada about a lot of these things that colonial Canada has committed in the past and continue to commit to Indigenous people. Most of my art is all sort of based on pop culture. I didn't grow up in my community. I was part of the 60 Scoop, so I grew up not knowing about my culture, and then when I reconnected with my Indigenous roots, I started learning about different things. Not really having like a deeper knowledge of that, I thought, how can I take the knowledge that I have learned and infuse it in a contemporary way? And growing up in pop culture between movies and film and television and music, that was a way that I could sort of do it and on a fresh take within my own style. So the design process usually starts with a sketch, and I go from a sketch and color it out. I'll superimpose it on different garments and stuff. A lot of times I'll also start out as painting. So you'll see around here my studio is a lot of the work I put on clothing is first a painting, and it'll go from a painting idea onto clothing, and I can go between making clothing to making stickers to making large format prints to stitching up jackets and hats. Sharing my artwork specifically with the Native community is like hugely important to me. As I'm going through this process about learning about my culture and heritage, and as I learn from the Indigenous community, I kind of pass it on to other people who have been in similar situations as I have. But also, it's really important that Indigenous people see themselves represented in pop culture. And so by taking the work that I do and giving it a pop culture twist, it's a really great way for them to see themselves represented. I mean, at the end of the day, I do what I do for myself on a healing journey, and anyone who's kind of liking my work, consuming my work, I think they're kind of coming along for the ride with me, and if they can identify themselves in it, I think that's great. But at the end of the day, I do what I do for myself, and the fact that people enjoy it, I think is just a bonus for me as well.